In this video, you'll see real plane crash moments caught on camera, from takeoff failures to last-second emergency landings. Every clip is shown for one reason: to understand what went wrong, second by second, using what the footage clearly shows. No sensationalism, just real events, real consequences, and the lessons written into each frame. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're ready, let's begin. On Monday, July 21, 2025, a Piper PA-28-181 Archer III, operated by Inter-American University of Puerto Rico, crashed in San Juan, Puerto Rico, shortly after takeoff from Fernando Luis Ribas Dominici Airport. The pilot was not injured, and the NTSB listed the probable cause as the student pilot's excessing pitch attitude during takeoff, which led to a loss of control and an aerodynamic stall.
A preguntarle.
On Friday, November 28, 2025, a small aircraft ran off the runway during takeoff at Pato de Minas Municipal Airport in Pato de Minas, Minas Gerais, Brazil. It continued into vegetation and stopped close to nearby homes, and no injuries were reported. The cause has not been officially confirmed yet. Investigators are looking into the event, with a possible engine malfunction mentioned as an initial hypothesis. On Saturday, December 28, 2024, an Air Canada Express flight had a suspected landing gear problem after landing at Halifax Stanfield International Airport in Nova Scotia, Canada. The aircraft skidded on the runway and videos showed flames coming from the wing area, but everyone on board evacuated safely. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada opened an investigation, so the exact cause is not officially confirmed yet beyond the reported landing gear issue. On Saturday, February 3, 2024, an Avion Express Airbus A320-232 experienced a runway excursion while landing at Vilnius Airport, Lithuania, briefly leaving the paved surface into the grass and then returning to the runway before taxiing to the apron. No injuries were reported. The exact cause has not been officially confirmed yet and remains under investigation, with the event described as a loss of directional control during the landing roll. On Friday, November 18, 2022, a LATAM Airlines Airbus A320neo collided with an airport rescue and firefighting vehicle while accelerating for takeoff at Jorge Chávez International Airport in Lima, Peru. The aircraft caught fire and passengers evacuated, while 2 firefighters in the vehicle were killed. Investigators concluded the crash was caused by the emergency vehicle entering the active runway during a training exercise without explicit tower clearance, due to poor coordination and communication failures.
¡Me muero!
¿Qué más? Ahí tiene que echarle espuma nomás.
Los pasajeros, nadie se da.
Por la fuerza me imagino que saliendo, pero ahora que estaba alzando vuelo.
Sí, porque no tiene reversa el motor, así que está saliendo. Sí, está con los flashes 7, así que siempre
Siempre bajo la llanta, ¿no? Ha sido aquí. Queriendo arribar, claro. Quiero salir. Me van a andar tratando. ¿Querían salir aquí?
¡Conche su madre!
Uy, lo clavaron.
¡Conche su madre!
¿No sabían?
No, huevón, ¿cuántos muertos, huevón? Ahí.
On July 18, 2015, during the Scaleria Air Challenge on Lake Wolfgangsee near St. Wolfgang, Austria, a Dornier DO-24 suffered a violent spin during a water touch-and-go display and came to an abrupt stop. The crew reported the aircraft struck floating debris or an object in the water, which triggered the sudden rotation and left damage to the lower fuselage, but no one was injured.
Wie lange willst du denn? Ja, eine Stunde. 17 Euro wird das Bild. Ja, wo ich vorbei bin, 24, gell?
Yo!
Das war Hat es jetzt runtergehauen, ich habe es nicht geschaut.
Ja, gleich schnelle Kurven gemacht.
Ja, genau, das habe ich gemeint. Das habe ich gemeint.
Ja, das ist allerfrühste.
Das war Absicht. Meinst du? Ja, die macht das schon seit Jahren. Die sind doch mit voller Geschwindigkeit rein und dann...
On Monday, July 25, 2016, a Douglas A-26 Invader suffered a landing incident at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin during EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. The aircraft returned to land with a landing gear malfunction. The nose gear did not fully extend, and it collapsed on touchdown, causing the aircraft to slide to a stop. No one on board was injured.
You can break off.
At Warbird Island, and I think you want me to switch frequency. I'm just expect runway 27 contact out now 128.75.
On March 1, 2018, a TezJet Avro RJ-85 with 96 people on board took off from Manas International Airport in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, bound for Batken, then returned for an emergency landing about 30 minutes later. The incident was triggered by a left engine failure, reported as an in-flight engine malfunction explosion, and the aircraft landed safely with no injuries reported.
Пассажиры приглашаются к выходу.
On October 21, 2010, an air tractor AT-802U was heavily damaged during a short landing at Fort Hunter Liggett, California. The aircraft landed too short, hit a berm, and the landing gear and propeller struck the surface, caused by a misjudged approach and runway undershoot. On Tuesday, July 18, 2006, a Royal Australian Air Force F-111 made an emergency belly landing at RAAF Base Amberley, Queensland, west of Brisbane, Australia, after a main wheel fell off shortly after takeoff. The crew circled to burn fuel and then landed safely, and the F-11-1 fleet was temporarily grounded while the wheel loss incident was investigated. On Wednesday, November 20th, 2013, a two-seat microlight suffered a sudden engine failure at low altitude near Stoke Gifford, near Bristol, South Gloucestershire, England. The pilot carried out a forced landing, coming down hard and damaging the aircraft, but survived. The crash landing was caused by a loss of engine power. On Sunday, September 29, 2019, a United Airlines Boeing 737-800, operating a flight from Denver International Airport, Colorado, to Orlando, Florida, returned and landed safely back in Denver shortly after takeoff. The emergency was triggered when the left engine cowling opened and came loose in flight, prompting the crew to turn back. No injuries were reported, and the incident was investigated by aviation authorities. On September 18, 2016, during the Formula One Gold race start at Reno Stead Airport in Reno, Nevada, USA, two air racers collided on the runway after one aircraft aborted the start due to a rough-running engine. Investigators concluded the accident was caused by the other pilot failing to maintain clearance during the takeoff roll, with insufficient abort procedures and the on-runway shutdown contributing. The pilot suffered minor injuries.
Okay, backed off.
I signaled you guys.
I know, we put it up. We put it up.
The red flag was up?
Red flag was up.
Okay.
Tom, how you doing? Hurt?
Is he okay?
How about you? Just want to know, are you,
Yeah,
are you okay?
I hurt my hand, but I'm okay.
Everything shut down, fuel off, power off?
Everything shut down.
Yes.
I signaled.
I know you did, Tom. I saw it, saw the canopy go up. I put my arms up.
But it was before the green flag went down.
Yes.
Okay, it's not my fault then.
No.
It's just my hand.
Yeah, I'm okay. I didn't see you.
On November 26, 2024, a DA-20 military training aircraft crashed onto Avenida Eleodoro Solorzano in La Libertad, Santa Elena Province, Ecuador, during an instructional flight after departing from Salinas Air Base. 2 crew members were killed, and 2 civilians on the road were injured. The official cause has not been released yet and remains under investigation by the Ecuadorian Air Force Accident Board. On September 23, 2017, a Piper PA-28 and a Robinson R-22 collided in midair over the runway at Clearwater Air Park in Clearwater, Florida during landing operations. All occupants survived and the aircraft were substantially damaged. The probable cause was the airplane pilot's inadequate visual lookout and failure to see and avoid the helicopter in the traffic pattern, leading to the collision. On Sunday, October 7, 1984, a Robinson R-22 crashed during takeoff near the village of Humont, Belgium. The accident was attributed to pilot error. The helicopter struck a low power line shortly after liftoff, reportedly after the pilot was momentarily blinded by the sun, killing the pilot and injuring the passenger. On October 5, 1991, a Yakovlev Yak-41, Yak-141 prototype was damaged during a vertical landing on the deck of the aircraft carrier Admiral Gorshkov during sea trials near Severomorsk, Russia. The pilot ejected safely after the aircraft hit the deck hard and a deck fire started. The accident was attributed to pilot error, an excessive vertical rate of descent during the hover landing, resulting in a hard touchdown and fuel leakage. On June 12, 2023, a small private aircraft carrying members of Thierry's team had its door open in flight after departing São Luís, Maranhão, Brazil. The pilot returned and landed safely, and no one was injured. The reason the door opened was not officially confirmed. On July 30th, 2020, a federal district fire department rescue helicopter crashed while attempting to land in Vicente Pires, Brasilia, Federal District, Brazil, near a local college. During the final moments of the approach, a rotor blade struck a nearby building, and the helicopter lost control and fell into the parking area. All on board survived, with only minor injuries reported, and the incident was investigated by Brazil's aviation accident authorities.
Caiu! Tá porra! Caiu! Meu Deus! Jesus amado! Caralho! Saiu todo mundo de dentro?
O povo do guarda dentro aí, em cima do carro do shake.
No. Liga pro Toco aí.
Depois tu me viu.
Fala pra ele vir aqui. Tá filmando?
Depois tu me viu.
Caralho, velho.
Que susto do caralho. Como foi, velho?
Nunca pensei que fosse presenciar um acidente desse.
E eu?